Hello and welcome back to this MLE broadcast brought to you by APM Music. And for our last twos match of the evening, we have CL Puffins versus Foxes. And this is kind of an interesting one because of the standings of their division and their conference. As of right now, the Puffins are 24-21 and the Foxes are 23-22. But if my info is correct, the Foxes 5-0'd their first match of the season, at the beginning of the season. So the Foxes should win the tiebreaker. So really, it's whoever wins this series is going to clinch their division, and the loser of the series, no matter if it's 5-0 or 2-3, is not safe by any means because it's a very close conference. The play-in race is very close, and so for these teams, it's very important for them to win this match. 3-2, 5-0, it doesn't matter. You just need to win that hit that 3-win mark. And I'm so excited for this match. How are you feeling tonight, Bearded?
I'm feeling absolutely amazing. It is our final week going into MLE before we hit the playoffs. And I mean, what is there not to be excited about? There is make or break for a lot of these teams right now, including my own. And I'm just curious to see who's going to be there when it's all said and done.
Yeah, and for you, this is interesting because you are actually in CL and you are in the race with your team for playoffs. So, if y'all do get into playoffs, the winner of this match, y'all might be facing them in playoffs, or the loser of this match, y'all might be the ones to kick them out for the play-in race. So it's definitely going to be interesting to have you cast this match. And right off the beginning, Crux is going to get a roller on net, but Kai is there to take it. The bumps come out from the Puffins. Kai is bringing it downfield. Crux is a good backflip. This kind of normal game one, first minute or so. They're feeling each other out. Kai just had an interesting air dribble right there. It's going to be interesting to see later on in these matches in this series if he can get those air dribbles on net, because that looked like he knew what he was doing in the air right there. He looked like he can be deadly with those air dribbles.
Well, right away, if we have a player that is deadly, that is able to do that, the other team needs to realize this and adjust. As you said, first minute, everybody's feeling each other out. Nobody wants to be the team to make the first mistake. Only takes one goal to win the game. So here we are, first minute, nothing really too crazy. A couple solo plays, including the one right here, almost from Crux, but Caliber's right there waiting on him. And now we'll see how they fire back as he pushes down the field, and Glitzik's not going to allow that to happen.
Yeah, the Puffins right now having most of the actual offensive pressure with that great air dribble attempt from Crux. Same thing I just said about Kai can be said about Crux with the air dribble attempt. He came off right by the ceiling with not much boost and put a very, very threatening play on the net right there. But it was a great save by, I don't remember who it was, but one of the Foxes players got a great save right there. A minute and a half in this match, some threatening shots put on net, but great defense played by both sides. We're tied at 0-0, and Crux gets it to the wall. He has boost for play right here. We just saw him make a good offensive play off the wall. He uses boost to get it off backboard, licks off the top wall right there, but Crux is going to choose to go back for boost. Kai going for the air dribble again, leaves it for Crux. Crux, he had an open net attempt there, but he couldn't quite get it. Got the demo instead, which can be just as good, but Caliber did a great job to get around him, steals the boost, and gets a pass back to Kai. It's stuck there. Kai, not much boost. Glickdix gets it to the side. Crux is up for it. Neither player can make contact with the ball. The Puffins coming out with the demo attempts on offense. None of them have really landed yet, especially not in a impactful situation, but they're looking for him.
They are, and what I notice here is the Foxes are struggling to get out of their own side, whether it's a lack of boost or just not enough space. The Puffins are continuously putting on that pressure. So the demos, although they're not landing, it might just be enough to put the Foxes off their game. This is the first time we've seen them get out of their own half in the last 30 seconds, and just like that, it's going to go right back towards the other half, open ball, because Kai is nowhere to be found. They're playing maybe a little too safe here for the first game. You still have to score. You have to be a little aggressive, and these touches that they're getting just aren't going to cut it.
Oh, what a hit over from Glick right there. Crux couldn't really get the shot on net, but he did a great job of keeping the boost in for his own team and for himself, getting it back in net. The Foxes did a great job of clearing it out. The Puffins still keeping most of the pressure, but right now the shots, that was the third shot right there for the Puffins. The first shot from Glickdix. So it's right now it's you can't really say it's super defensive masterclass because there's really not much offense happening. Like I said earlier, they're just feeling each other out. Game one, 0-0. It's gonna this last minute. I have a feeling they're gonna to start speeding things up, getting more offense going. Right now, it's a lot of just kind of solo plays, a few pass attempts that are being snuffed right in the corner, not really being threatening at all. But this last minute's going to be interesting to see who kind of decides to go aggressive and try to get a goal, or maybe make a mistake and cause a goal. And speaking of mistakes, there's one right there coming out from the Puffins, a double commit. Glictic's got a lucky bump to get back. I think it was Kai that bumped him, gave him a lot of speed to get back. Doesn't have boost though. Crux is going to be there for that ball. Glictic looking for the bump. It's into the corner though. Caliber does a great job of running away from that, collecting it into the corner, getting the boost, and getting it cleared back over there for an offensive turn for them. Good touch from Kai, but again, the passes for both teams have just not really been that threatening. They're just going for solo plays, getting clears, kind of going back and forth, getting 50s that not really going favorable for anybody. And we got 49 seconds, still 0-0. It'll be interesting to see if we see a 0-0 overtime match in game one.
With 43 seconds left and the way these two are going back and forth, I don't think we're going to see anything other than that. Glictic's probably kicking himself. He had the opportunity to get the bump on Caliber going back to goal. If he did, it surely would have been a goal. And here's his next chance to go ahead. Crux is coming off this. It comes in and finishes what he couldn't start earlier.
Yeah, that was a Crux. He had a very threatening opportunity right there. Caliber did a great job of falling right in his way. Whether that's the reason Crux decided to go up the wall or not, he did a great job with the cards he was dealt. Got it up the wall, just let it fall right down in net. And Glictic did a great job of being there for the shot, being there to support his teammate and get that one goal. And now the Foxes, it went from a 0-0 pretty even game to where they're chasing with 20 seconds left to get a goal. And Caliber puts a good shot on net. There was a double commit coming out from the Puffins, but it didn't look like Kai was ready for that. So they're going to be okay. They got 10 seconds left. They just have to not concede here. And Glictic's taking the ball on offense, playing some keep away, doing a great job. If anything continues like this, that's threatening, but that's going to go down. That is a game one victory for the Puffins, and that's very good for the Puffins to start out like that. It was a very even game though. This could be just like last series. Goes to game 5, goes to last second. That was an extremely even game, even stats wise. 4 saves for the Puffins, 3 for the Foxes, 4 shots for the Foxes, 5 for the Puffins. The stats do lean to the Puffins, but just barely. That's any Rocket League game. It could lean either way. That does not tell the whole story. That game was very even. The Puffins got a good goal, great pass from Crux, and this is going to be a great series, just like last series was.
I absolutely agree. And with that being such a slow start, it's over, right? The first loss is already done. So from here, I expect a change of pace from the Foxes going into the next match, right? The nerves are gone, hopefully. Right now they get to have fun and just proceed forward. So I think Caliber and Kai are going to change it up a little bit, speed up the pace, and I think we're going to see a completely different game going into game 2. I don't think the Foxes are done yet.
Yeah, that's what we saw last series. Even though the game 1 was 3-0, it very much was similar to this game in the fact that there wasn't a whole lot of shots, wasn't a whole lot of saves. Both teams looked pretty even, within one of basically every stat of each other, besides goals. And then I believe the Sharks won that first game. The Shadow came out, flying around the field, being very aggressive. It looked like they needed that warm-up game, needed that game to get comfortable playing on stream, and they came back and won game 2 and 3. It's going to be interesting to see if the Foxes can do that same thing, take what they just learned from game 1. It was a feel-out game. They got a little bit unlucky with getting that goal scored against them and with not much time to respond, but they should feel like they still have a chance in this. It's only one game. They have a whole other 4 games the rest of the series to get back at this. And as I say that, Glictic, he had a good chance right there to put it on net, but couldn't really get the power on it, didn't have the boost for it. Kai is going to go for an air dribble. Like we said earlier, he looks comfortable doing it, but none of them have really been super threatening yet, but he's beating defenders with it, and that can mean a lot at a certain point. Now it's Caliber's turn. Couldn't quite get the air dribble. It's 1v1. Glictic's not there on the back wall, but it's okay because Crux comes in to save the day, and Kai was not there. Glictic gets the dribble out to mid, beats one. It looks like it's a 2v1, but the Puffins just don't really have boost right now. So far, even though it looks like the Foxes have been on defense most of this game, and what a bump. It's going to be a goal for the Foxes. That's their first goal of the series. What a bump coming out from Caliber. He doesn't get the assist on the scoreboard for it, but he gets it in our hearts. That was an insane bump to jump up like that, hit him off the backboard, and just leave it open for Kai.
So I think that's actually finishing up something that he had started earlier. The very first play, Caliber had caught one of the Puffins players pretty much at the goal line, and if he was able to get the bump there, that aggression would have resulted in a goal within the first 5 seconds. And that's the aggression that I was talking about, right? They got the first game out, and it comes out immediately again. Caliber goes right back in and scores it.
That was just another bump coming out from the Foxes. I didn't see who did it, but the other teammate just wasn't quite there for the shot. But it's looking like that's going to be their strat. They lost game 1, decided we need to be more aggressive, and they're going to do that via bumps. What a great shot attempt. Kai couldn't quite go around it, but that's dangerous right there. Glyptix, he had the boost and couldn't really get the dribble. Gets past 1. He's going to get back. He does have the dribble. He's just going to prove me wrong and ties it up at 3:30 left in the game. What a dribble from Glyptix. It looked like he did not have it, and then he just scoops it up and gets it over the last defender. What a goal.
He had to keep his cool here. Not only did he have a player in front of him, but he knew he had a player beside him. I can only expect that he was probably using his sound to perfectly time his cut there, beating the first player, and now here's a possible second goal for the Foxes. It's just a kickoff goal straight to the corner, and Kai is there to clean it up.
Yeah, and those always hurt if you're the Puffins in this situation. You know, the Foxes scored pretty early on. You worked really hard. You know, I already forgot who it was. It was Glyptix had that great dribble play. They're hyped. They're feeling themselves. And then a face-off goal basically negates that you tying it up, and you're right back, you know, chasing a 1-goal deficit again. But they should still feel good for themselves. That was another bump coming out from the Puffins. Both teams looking for bumps here in this game. This is looking like it's going to be a pretty dirty series. Crux looked for another one right there, but couldn't quite get it. What a challenge from Crux. He's going to beat him. Glyptix has a shot. He gets it there. They tie it right back up. 3 minutes left in this game. 2-2 already. This exactly like last series, where the first game feeling each other out, not a whole lot of offense. Second game, 3 minutes in, already 8 total shots in the game. It's not a whole lot of shots, but already 4 total goals in 2 minutes, and this is looking like it's going to be an offensive shootout in this game.
Now, Fox is probably kicking himself there. Kai was second man. He saw his teammate flipping back as fast as he could. He knew, he had to have known that if he missed that ball, that was going in his goal. He took the risk. With Glyptix here, I was on somebody else's screen here watching Kai. I didn't actually see what happened here. Crux with the pass off the backboard, and Glyptix straight from the left to the corner. Top shelf Caliber was unable to get up to it in time, and now we have a reversal. What was an easy lead for the Foxes, Puffins are coming right back and saying, hey, this game has just started.
Yeah, if you're the Puffins right now, you definitely feel like you deserve it to be 3-1 right now because of that kickoff goal. It feels, maybe a little bit fraudulent. Glyptix misses a chance right there to make it to go up 2, but they're still feeling great about themselves. All 3 of their goals have been, hard-earned, worked for. They deserved it, and especially that last one. That was a beautiful pass to an absolute banger shot to top left. So they are definitely feeling good about their chances in this game. Foxes have got to figure something out. They do not want to go down 2-0 in the series. With Crux has a chance on net, but not quite. Beautiful defense from Kai. Crux ran out of boost. Kai has full boost, gonna get the dribble, gets it over 1. Crux is there though, and he gets it past him to tie it up with 2 minutes in. This is a great back and forth game we're witnessing right now.
I love the patience here. Caliber is there if needed to be. A lot of players right would have pushed up there as soon as the first flick was there, thinking that was their ball. But he said, no, my teammates got it, and immediately just sat back. And if anything went wrong there, I'm sure Caliber would have been there to fix it. And that's actually what I think we noticed in the first couple goals. They were patiently waiting. They were playing fast by just being in the right spot. And I think they've reverted back to playing fast as trying to go for every ball, as we saw Kai going as second man. So I think we need to see him slow down just a little bit and get back to how they were during the first 2 goals. And here's a horrible backflip.
No.
Oh, man. Not the time that you want to backflip. Glyptix is second man. He knows he has to hit this ball. He jumps, and at the worst timing, Kai has an open goal straight in the middle.
Yeah, that's the mistake on Glyptix's part. He was just a little bit too close to his teammates. Got to work on that spacing because Crux did not have a great touch there. It went right back to him. And if he was a little bit more patient, waited on net, he would have an easy bang right there. But he was just too close. Had to panic flip. Didn't work out for him, and loses the tie. Puts them behind. Great demo coming out from Crux, but Kai does a great job of getting it. Crux is gonna take it in the corner. He has full boost. Kai gets the 50. It goes up. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but it's a great demo. Crux is going to have a chance to put it on net. Is he going to? Oh my, he is! To tie it up with 1 minute left. Kai with the respect in chat saying nice shot, and very deservedly so. That was weighted there, calculated it, and that's kind of a doink, more of like a backflip redirect, but perfect top left, right where the defender could not get to it.
Now, that was the touch that they were originally going for. Glitix was behind. He hit it downfield. I mean, I think that's originally what the plan was. It took him a little bit to execute it, but when it happened, it was beautiful. And now we have a little bit of pressure coming back. It's a race to the finish. I don't think anybody's going to be able to spawn back in time. And Kai, on his own up here, shoots off the sidewall. Ooh, double commit from Glitix, but it's going to be enough for Caliber to get back to the ball. Glitix is going to get it by him. Caliber's going to beat him to the corner, try and give his teammate time to get back. And he does just that. Now he's got to get up. And this is an open ball, but Kai is going back.
Oh no, Glitix, oh, he played it well. He waited, it looked like he was waiting a little bit too long, but he did a good job getting in the way of that. Kai can't quite get the shot on net. Glitix looks like, oh, what a bump from Kai. He Goomba stomped himself to mess up the defender right there and to keep the offensive possession. Not a great touch coming out from Crux, but Glitix got a good clear of the corner. The Foxes right now kind of slowing it down in the Puffins corner. They have the time. They feel comfortable keeping it in that corner to try to do something, but the Puffins do a great job of getting a clear. But Kai just in his fake. Glitix needs to go for that. He needs to be a little bit faster. Kai is definitely outspeeding the Puffins right now. But Glitix gets it back. He looks like he's going to play a little bit more for possession, and that was great attempted shot. It wasn't quite on net, but Kai did a great job of clearing it to make sure there wasn't one on net. Gets it right back, and that's not going to be able to fall in net. Maybe a 0-second chance, and they're going to let it, or they're going to try, but they're going to let it drop. We got an overtime game 2, and this is a fantastic series already.
I think we saw a little bit of hesitation there from the Foxes as it came down to the last 30 seconds. 4-4, right? They're tied. They don't want to see a repeat of where they are going steady, and then with 30 seconds left, we see a goal. It almost happens here in overtime, ending the game, but now it's even goal, it's even terms. The next person to score wins the game, and Kai is here. Crux pushing it back to his teammate. Glitix going to completely miss Kai's opportunity to pass it back. He's going for the bump. He's not able to get it. Caliber still almost gets the shot off. And now they're forced to rush back and reset.
Yeah, that was a great play from the defender there. I believe it was Glitix, to make sure that ball doesn't go in the net. Stay calm, stay confident on your goal line. Kai right here looking for a demo. It doesn't quite work. Glitix does a great job of getting out of the way of that demo and then getting the clear down and gets a shot on net, gets an offensive opportunity out of that. It all started with the missed demo in his own corner. And Crux gets a 50 out. Kai's going to be there first. What a hit from Crux, though, with 0 boost to get that challenge. Glitix there doesn't get a great touch. Kai, he has possession. Going to get a 50 here. Goes in Kai's favor, but it does go right back to Crux. He gets a shot. What a shot. That's going to be in. What a shot coming out from Glitch off the wall right there. Puffins go up 2-0 in the series. And the Foxes, both games have been 1-goal losses, but that cannot feel good. You felt like you really had to win that game, too. The Puffins up 2-0. Puffins are feeling great right now.
There was absolutely no room for hesitation there. You saw Caliber go past the front post, realize that Glitix was in the place for the pass, try and go back, but at that point, it's too late. Glitix had his sights set, and that was a screamer to the back of the net. So here we are going into the next one. Puffin's able to secure it again. This is looking like a quick 2-0. Will we see the 3-0, or do you think the Foxes are going to come back and make this a series?
I think the Foxes are going to get... I think he's going to get game 3. I'm a neutral fan, and as most neutral fans want, we want the best Rocket League possible. We're here to watch the game that we love and to see some amazing moments and memorable moments for the players, for everybody involved. And so right now, the Foxes need a reverse sweep. That their entire season relies on a reverse sweep. Even if they lose 3-2, it's still not looking great for them. They're only 23 and 22. There's some other teams that are in the hunt, including your Knights, that with a good result this week can easily overpass them for that play-in spot. So the Foxes are thinking right now, we need the reverse sweep to clinch, but even a two wins, like I said, is not going to feel good. So I mean, it is do or die right now for the Foxes. Everything you've been working for the past 3 months, everything you've been working for this entire season, your entire Rocket League career, this is the moment. You're on stream, you're down 2-0, you need a reverse sweep to clinch playoffs. Two wins out of the 3 is not going to do it. It is do or die for the Foxes right now, and it's going to be very interesting to see how they handle that pressure, if they crack or if they have the ice in the veins and come back and win. But they're definitely going to have to do that with pressure. I think they're going to have to keep the pressure. They both have the solo play ability, it seems, but they're just not landing right now. So I think they need to try more of just pressure, but appropriate pressure, where they're not double committing, like you said earlier. They're not over committing, but in Caliber is just going to take that. There's a double commit coming out from the Puffins right there. And so maybe they got a little bit too confident right there, but Caliber just catches that and does a great job of getting it in the net, even far right to keep it away from the defenders. That was a great job from Caliber, but the Foxes up 1 goal in this game 3.
We had Glyptix right behind Crux there. Once more, we seem to have a little bit of a spacing issue coming out from the Puffins. Now, Caliber, I think he was there, right? He was expecting to get the ball, realized he was beat, didn't bother to go, and then when the ball ended up in his lap, he said, sure, I'll take this. So that has to be a sigh of relief. As you mentioned, all the pressure coming into these last couple games, that is a great way to start. That's a great way to say, hey, now we can do what we need to do. We need to play our game, and ultimately, we don't have to score. We just have to make sure they don't.
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely a great way for the Foxes to start off the reverse sweep campaign, because that, like I said, that is what it is right now. It is a campaign for reverse sweep. It is reverse sweep or bust. Caliber looks like he's going for a flip reset. He does get it. Doesn't really go how he wants it to. He only had 5 boosts, but that was a great attempt. Glyptix just keeping it in the corner. Kai gets it mid. Kai is definitely playing a lot more aggressively, and that's what I want to see from him. If they're going to go for that reverse sweep, that was a great challenge. Caliber's there. He's going to get a free goal again, it looks like, and he does. Goes up 2-0. I believe that's not their first lead of the series, but that's their first lead by more than 1 goal. And there's still plenty of Rocket League to play in this game, and they still got 2 more to go after this. But for the reverse sweep campaign, they're feeling absolutely ecstatic with where they're at right now.
So, once again, we saw where Caliber is just looking towards the goal, right? Trying to push the play in front of him. He looks left, he looks right, and there's no one to be found, and that's an easy 2-0. You're not going to ever complain about that. Now, you have to think that this is getting in the Puffins' head. They understand that that was, luck on the first one, a mistake on the first one, a mistake on the second one. They might be calling it luck, but they're probably in their own heads just as much as the Foxes were going 2-0 into this lead, or into this game. And I'm curious to see if they're able to bounce back, because the Foxes sure have, and now we have to see it from the Puffins, or else the momentum's going to shift.
Yeah, it's definitely good. It looks good for Fox's mental, the fact that they've come out this game so strong. The shot total, 7 Foxes shots to 2 Puffins. And I mean, the Foxes only have 1 save, but you only need 1 when they only have 2 shots. Puffins with 4 saves, but they got 7 shots, and 2 of those shots have landed in the back of the net. So the Puffins, I don't know if they got confident. I like to say when sweeps are happening, when 5-0s are happening, it's that 3rd or 4th game that if they're gonna drop a game that they wish they had back, it's gonna be those games, because they're gonna get confident. With this 2-0, what a dribble from Glyptix, and it's gonna be a goal. They're going to take it back with it 1 down. They're telling me to shut up. They're saying we are back. We're not laying down for this game 3. We're going to get this. They want this game 3 right now. They want to end the series right now and make the next 2 matches not really matter, for them at least, because they're going to clinch if they win this, but they still have 1 more goal to go. Plenty of Rocket League left to play, and that kickoff, Crux is there for the double. Doesn't have boost for it, though. Now he's going to make sure he gets back, because Glyptix does a really good job of, taking the demo attempt from Kai. If he hit that, that would have been a goal no matter what. But Glyptix gets a demo of his own. Crux stole Glyptix's boost, so Crux is kind of alone. Caliber does a great job of getting it over Glyptix. Just kind of keeping it in the corner right now. The Foxes are comfortable with that. They don't, love it in their own corner, but it's not in front of their net. That was a great shot attempt coming out from Crux, and Kai, he was confident in the fact that it wasn't going in, and he was right this time, but those are definitely scary. Sometimes you think they're not going in, and they just are, and you wish you'd take it back afterwards. But right now the Foxes look like they've slowed down a little bit, which they have the lead, so that can be okay, but don't slow down too much. Don't put yourself in a position where you have a play forming against you to get scored on. So I'd really like to see that some more aggression coming out from them, but they are slowing down right now, just trying to play safe so they keep their possession and don't concede.
When you're up by 1, it's a nice feeling. When you're up by 2, it's a better feeling. So they had that, right? They don't want to make the next mistake. They already gave up their insurance goal. So we're going to see a little bit slower play, but as you said, you can't let off the gas too much. So we need to see that insurance goal come back in order for them to confidently move forward into this next game. And right now, the patience is there. Ultimately, Kai's going, all right, he's out. Caliber's going, all right, he's out. They're not going for the same double commits and the same pace that they were, because once again, they don't have to. It's now up to Crux and Glyptix to play their game and bring the ball to them, and they have 44 seconds to do it, or the Fox are heading into the next game.
It's Kai gets back. That looked like it was just gonna roll in, and the demo coming out from Crux to get Kai off the field to stop his clear goal attempts, but doesn't quite get there. Now they're hitting it back and forth. The Puffins have to do something. I mean, they know that they only really have to win one more game, so they shouldn't be stressing too much right now. This is game 3. Oh my! Okay, again, they just told me to shut up. They're gonna tie it up. They said no. We're gonna win game 3. We don't care if we only need one more. It's gonna be this one. This might be the second overtime in a row that we see. All these games have been so close, and you got to feel for the Foxes right now. They're feeling so good with 14 seconds left. They just kind of shot themselves in the foot with that right there. And if this does go to overtime, I mean, if the Puffins do win it in overtime, you know, you gotta feel for the Foxes right there, because like I said, every game is so close, but they just didn't swing their way. Well, it hasn't happened yet, but if it does happen that way, we are in overtime. The Foxes absolutely need this next goal. They cannot concede before they score their next goal. They have to win this overtime. And Glitix puts a shot on net. Oh, I thought it was in. Oh, Caliber gets back for a great save right there. The Foxes are definitely panicking right now. They went for that double on the backboard, and Glitix is there for the shot. Doesn't get a great touch on, but gets a good 50 against Caliber. Caliber low boost. Gonna try to get a 50 against Crux. Good 50 from Crux. This is kind of a 50 battle right now. In the beginning of overtime, you know, you have that happen a lot. A lot of 50 battles. That's scary in front of net. Caliber's gonna do a good job of staying in between it and the ball and the goal right there. That was a great job from Caliber to keep his car in the air in between the ball and the goal, and to actually get that 50 favorable for himself. Crux gets the demo to stop the offensive pressure on them. He gets it clear over net. It wasn't perfect, but it does the job. And so Glyptix doesn't get the flick. Foxes put on net, but like I was saying, in the beginning of overtimes, a lot of teams kind of do try to revert back to that safe play style. They're going to feel each other out, and I mean, that didn't work well for the Foxes in game 1, that feeling each other out safe play style. So we'll see what they do. I'd like to see them play more aggressive and just say, we have to get this goal, so that, you know, let's go and get it. Don't try to play not to concede, but let's just go get the goal. And there they go. They did it. They got the goal.
And there they go. Now, I've actually been watching Crux's screen for a while. He didn't have boost. He went all the way from the left side of the field to the right side of the field, just trying to get the boost, but unfortunately, he was not staying in the play. And as a result, they brought the ball to him. They were able to do a quick 1-2 pass, and that's what happens when you're not in the rotations. If you're not putting on the pressure, you're letting your team or your opponent do whatever they want to do. And in a game of 2v1, that's not going to work out in your favor.
Yeah, and that shot, that pass shot combo I used, like that 1-2, that was absolutely stellar at the end right there. I forget who was shooting and who was passing, but it doesn't matter, because the pass was great, the shot was arguably even better. Absolute perfect execution from the Foxes to get that game 3. The reverse sweep is still alive for us neutral fans, and for you as well. Being Knights, I mean, you are neutral in this situation, but you want it to be as close as possible to hope that your Knights can sneak in that play-in spot. So you know, you're cheering for the Foxes right now to make it as close as possible. But looking at the stats, it's 10 shots to 11 shots, 5 saves to 6 saves. Foxes with the 1 less in both those categories. But I think the storyline of that game is both teams had one player with a better stat line than the other. Caliber 2 goals, 4 saves compared to Kai's 1-1. Crux 1 goal, 5 saves compared to Glix's 1-1. So it's definitely going to come down to which one of those. I mean, if they do decide that they're going to be kind of the carry of the situation, it's going to come down to who can carry hardest and what team can be what other player can be a better support player to allow their teammate to really shine.
I completely agree with you. They're not down and out by any means, right? There wasn't a huge momentum shift. They won, but it wasn't a blowout. It wasn't enough to make me think, okay, this is where the Foxes are coming back. I still have full faith in the Puffins, as much as I would like to be neutral here and hope that the Foxes win in my favor. I do not think the Puffins have shown us everything they have. If they can fix the spacing issues or just manage to shoot on nets and not have anybody there, Glitzik starts us off with 15 seconds in. Caliber misses the challenge, and Kai just lost all momentum. He hit the brakes before going for that jump, and he was not able to get to it as a result.
Yeah, Kai, he's gonna want that one back. If he ends up watching this back, he's gonna grimace when he sees that one. He's gonna want that one back. That one's gonna haunt him a little bit. But at this point, you can't change the past. You can't change how it happened. You can't change what mistake you did. You just have to, fight back. Make sure that mistake does not end up ending your season possibly. So he's gonna try to be fighting for a goal right here. They need that aggression. They need to get another goal back and to. I mean, maybe overtime again. We'll see. There's still 4.5 minutes to play, but they definitely need the next goal. And it looks like what a flip back from Glicktix. That was almost the equalizer, but Glicktix does a great pre-flip back to get that save off net. That was a really nice shot from, I believe it was Kai that got that shot on net from across the field. And Glicktix just did a great job of getting it out. But the Foxes are having good offensive possession pressure right here. Caliber gets it up. Kai is an ambitious territory right there. Can't quite get to it. Oh, Caliber gets not a favorable 50. Glicktix puts it too high and stops it right in front of the net. Oh my god! Crux gets it off the backboard. That was just absolute pandemonium, and no way the Foxes get the little 1-2 kind of pinch pass, and then Caliber gets it over. Looks like they're gonna slow down a little bit right there. That was an absolutely insane goal line stand come from the Foxes right there. The Puffins really going to wish they had that that insurance goal, as you said earlier right there, but the Foxes just did not let it happen.
It looks like everybody was a little bit nervous there. It was a chaos. The rotations was everywhere. I'm really shocked to see that nobody came out of that goal, or nobody came out of that situation with a goal scored on. Once again, here we have a chaos in the field. Everyone's getting back. It's a four-man commit, and Caliber's going to take advantage of that and equalize the game.
Kai misses it, calculated fake, and then Caliber just hits it and gets both players right there. Handles the bump well, recovers, and just gets the shot on net to get the equalizer with 3 minutes left in this game. The Puffins are not the Puffins. The Foxes are absolutely hanging on for this life, or for their life here, and the Puffins get it right back.
This is 2-1, right? This is the game that they have to do to win this whole thing. They're coming in, like I said, the last game was not a lot of momentum. It wasn't anything that they have to be ashamed of, and they're not done yet. So at 2-1, I will predict that they're going to take this. I see they're probably going to get another goal. I think the Foxes will fire back, and I will take it a step further. I think we're even going to see another overtime. I don't think this is going to be ended in regulation here.
So you swung from the Puffins to the Foxes in just about 2 minutes of game time, but I absolutely love to see it. I always hope for overtime. I always hope for the best Rocket League possible, and there it is. There, you're right. The Foxes got it. That's the equalizer goal. 3 minutes left to play.
With 2 minutes and 41 seconds on the clock, though, we can assure that we're going to see a lot more than the two. I think the defensive mindset has been turned off, and the offense has been turned on. With 2 minutes into a game, we already have 4 goals. And how many saves do we have? A total of 3. 1 coming out from the Puffins and 2 from the Foxes. It's a bloodfest, or bloodbath over here. Everyone is just seeing how many shots they can put on net, how hard they can hit it, and hey, you got to stop it somehow. And here it is again. Kai just puts it up. Caliber comes out of nowhere and hits it in the left field, and there was no way you're stopping this.
Absolute banger. There's nothing you can do right there if you're Crux. I mean, he was backing up. He could have done a little bit of better positioning right there, but I mean, Kai with the absolute bang to top left right there. I mean, there's nothing you can do when you're Crux right there. That was a perfect play from the Foxes, and they're feeling themselves right now. They got the 1-goal lead in Game 4. The reverse sweep is alive. I was looking at the stats, though, for a second. The Puffins, although they're a 1-goal deficit, maybe not for long. Oh, that just goes right off the top of the crossbar. They have 8 shots, so the Foxes only 4. So if the Puffins can keep up that pressure and keep putting shots on net. Uh-oh.
What happened here? We have another person just backwards in the nets. I was going to say this is 3 goals, now 4, where we have just a matter of positioning. Now, Glicktix had to worry about the demo that was coming in there, but once again, if he was just a little bit further back, front post or back post, or in other situations, they just stayed front post, a lot of these goals that we're seeing wouldn't have happened. So they're simple mistakes. Simple mistakes that are happening, all about just awareness and making sure that you're not getting too antsy, you're not pushing for that ball, and you're just coming in when you need to. And with 2-goal lead here, the Foxes are looking good. That takes us to a Game 5, and as you mentioned, we are never going to complain about that.
Yeah,
Glicktix fighting about.
Go ahead.
It's like Glitix is fighting out over here, not letting anybody come in. Crux just has to be patient and sit back and hope that an opportunity comes out, but at the time, they can't get out of their own half.
Yeah, the Glitix is going for the possession plays, and I mean, maybe that's not the right decision. You're down 2-4 right now. You got to just kind of bang it and hope for a pass or do something. You got just over a minute left. You need 2 goals. They're being aggressive in the corner right now. Crux gets the boost on. Oh no, but Glitix comes in and challenges in the corner with them. Neither of them have boost. Caliber just to put it mid. He almost messes up his teammate, but Kai's there for the shot. That's 3-goal lead with just over 1 minute left. It's looking like a game 5, and you know, I'm here for it. I'm always here for the game 5s. It's absolute fantastic series so far. The Foxes are feeling themselves. There's still one deficit in the shots, but I mean, they came back the last minute and a half. It's just been all Foxes. And Caliber with already 800 points, 2 goals, 3 assists, 100% goal participation, and now 4 saves with that saves he just got. Caliber is absolutely popping off this game.
You have to wonder, you know, we saw the play where they were talking about them being physical in the corner. Crux was just pushing. He was just, you know, I guess being a nuisance. And half of me thinks that he thought that was being productive. The other half of me thinks that he may have been shocked off, right? With a minute left, 2 goals down, now 4 goals down. The Foxes are just putting on the pressure. Puffins might be chalking up as a loss and thinking about what can we do next, right? What are they doing right now that we can't figure out because we got to do something quick. In 36 seconds, we're going into the last game on week 10.
Yeah, for sure. If you're the Puffins right now, there's 30 seconds left, 4-goal deficit, as you said. There's not much you can do. It's not impossible, but I mean, it's very highly unlikely. So you're thinking, what can we do better for next game? And I do think the answer is just play your game. I feel like for game 3 and 4, they just kind of got a little bit too confident. They need to go back to the play style of game 1 and 2, which was just a little bit more aggressive. You know, get the demos, get the boost deals. But Caliber is over 1,000 points. I mean, and Kai is no slack either this game. 667 points, 3 goals apiece. Absolute wild performance from the Foxes, and they're going to get a 7th. That's 1,141 points for Caliber. Absolute stellar performance. And just putting this stat line on the screen for the stream, he's going to remember this one for a while. That's absolute stellar performance from the Foxes.
Yeah, I talked about this on the last stream. You know, every time you go into these series, you're nervous, right? You just practice, you warmed up, you're ready, you're talking, you're in the flow, you're trying to get in the flow, and that usually means a lot of comms between you and your teammate. You go up quick 2-0, all of a sudden, hey, this is great. You know, this is easy. This is just another day in the park. Maybe you start thinking about dinner later on that night. Maybe you start thinking about what you're going to do later on in the week, and your comms aren't there. Well, now you're down, you know, 2 goals or 2 losses that you just made all that work for, and now you got to pull it together. So maybe they need to talk a little bit more. Maybe the slow, methodical play that we saw from them was a result of them talking and knowing exactly where they are at all times. And now it's a little bit more aggressive because they're in panic, right? They're not telling each other where they are. They're just going for anything, and that's going to result in the exact play that we saw here. 7-2, no defense. We had 1 save. That's it.
Yeah, I was waiting to point that out. That's 4 saves coming out from Caliber, and the Foxes, that's their total is 4. And the Puffins, they only had 1. I mean, and when you shoot 9 times and only 8 saves, I mean, math is not on your side right there. And I think that really does just come down to the Puffins, whether it was overcommitting on offense or whether it was just not making it back for defense, or like we saw a few times, and just kind of being backwards on the goal line. They need to position themselves for those shots, or for the saves better rather, and their offense was there. Both teams' offenses was there, especially the Foxes. But the Puffins need to worry about making sure their defense is tight. They can score the goals, but they just gotta not concede. If you concede 7, you are almost never going to win a Rocket League game.
And that's going to weigh heavy on them going into this last match, right? They went up 2 on a fresh slate. Now they went down 2, but they didn't go up 2 with a 7-2 lead. They went up 2 winning, 1 goal each game? So that's going to weigh heavier than how they started. And I would love to see them come back confidently here, but I'm almost confident. Never mind. There it is. There's the confidence we asked for.
Yeah, there it goes from Crux right there, and that's a shot from Crux and a great pass to beat the defender right there from Glitix and gave Crux not an open net, but an open shot at least. And Crux does what he was called upon to do and puts an absolute banger top of the net, which 21 seconds in the goal. There's still a whole lot of Rocket League to be played, but this is turning out to be an absolute great series. Two absolutely fantastic Game 5 deciding division winning deciding Game 5s in a row, and there Caliber comes back to you get the equalizer. This game is going to be so hype.
And I'm really glad that I let the first goal happen before I opened my mouth, because earlier on I was thinking to myself, we're probably going to see a repeat of Game 1, right? Now we're going in, everything is 0-0. We're going to see a nice and slow game. We're going to see and feel each other out and see who makes that mistake first. Or they're just going to come out swinging. Yeah, everyone says someone said you have a plan until you get hit in the face, right? So right now they're saying forget the defense. It's not working out for us. And it's just going to be shot after shot. With 45 seconds in, we're already 3 goals down. 3 goals in.
And Kai just takes it upon himself. That was an absolutely insane Doomsy dish to get it off the back wall, get it and just sneak it around the defender into the net right there. Like you said, 3 goals in just over 45 seconds. This Game 5, and like I said last series for people that weren't here, I mean, this Game 5 decides 3 months worth of work, decides an entire season of MLE, and for this one even more so, because the loser is much more in danger of not making play-ins, and Kai just putting the team on his back, putting his entire roster on his back in this Game 5. To his name, he has 2 of the goals in just over a minute, but they got a 2-goal lead thanks to Kai in this game. There's 4 minutes left to play, but the Puffins coming from behind. This reverse sweep is looking tasty right now.
It's looking tasty, and once again we see a positional error. Glitix was coming back from the front post. Crux had no choice. He had to go for that. He had to make Kai make a move, but Glitix got caught off the front post, got those front wheels passed, and as a result wasn't able to get back, and Kai now puts in another one. This is going downhill really fast for the Puffins. They've got to change something, and change something quick.
Kai is absolutely popping off, and there's really just nothing else you can say. He went from 2 goals in a minute to 3 goals in a minute 15 with 1 assist, 100% goal participation for Kai in this game. The Puffins, I mean, it's not impossible. You got just under 4 minutes, but I mean, the Puffins are not looking good right now. They got to change something in this game, and they got to change it fast. They have to start scoring, and that's a good bump coming out from the Puffins, but Caliber did a great job of getting the save out. Glitix gonna try to get it back. Caliber's in his face. He's gonna put a shot on net, not quite, but to the backboard. That was a good clear coming out from Glitix. But Kai's there. He's just faster than them. He's feeling himself right now. The Puffins are nervous. They're worried. They're scared. They do not want to get reverse swept on stream to decide playoffs, to decide the division winner. They do not want to get reverse swept for that. They will never hear the end of it, and they know that, and they're playing like it. But they have to put that out of their mind. This is just a normal game of Rocket League. You're down 3-0. It's no big deal. Your opponent's feeling themselves, and I mean, and they know that. Kai is just absolutely destroying them, but they have to just play their game, try to get the aggression, get the boost deals, get the demos out, and just start scoring one by one.
Now, I said earlier that we were going to see a repeat of Game 1, and I was wrong. Obviously, we have 5 goals in here, but I was right to an extent. So one of the first things that you pointed out was the aerial ability, and here we are, another one, 6 goals. This time not from Kai. He's going to give his teammate a chance to help out a little bit, but he did get the perfect pass to him. But up until now, we've seen a lot of aerial plays. They didn't hit in the beginning. They weren't working, but Kai's warm. He's hitting everything. They cannot give him space. When he gets the ball, they have to do something to shut him down, and the second man has to be ready for whatever happens next.
Yeah, with that play, it's unfortunate to see, because it looks like the Puffins are kind of panicking right now. Like I said, they do not want to get reverse swept, but they're panicking. They're giving possession away. Like right there, Crux had a good shot opportunity right there, but just wasn't able to get it. And Caliber, he's got a clear opportunity to get on net, and he just misses the save. Kai. 3 minutes in this game, Kai had 727 points, 4 goals, 2 assists, 6 shots, and I mean that one is not so much him, other than just as Crux just kind of missing the challenge. But I mean, it's really unfortunate to see for the Puffins, but I mean, it's great to see if you're a Foxes fan coming in here. 5 goals, 2 minutes, it's not impossible, but the Puffins got to do something different.
And here we see a little bit of hesitation, and I'm glad you pointed out the mischallenge from Crux. He had the ability to help out his teammate there. He looked at the ball and then hesitated and went the opposite direction, and as a result, that's why that goal was scored. Immediately going down the field, he's right in front of their net. He's first man. He's got someone behind him. He's going at the ball, and he decides again to hesitate, and the ball is now heading back down towards his field as a result. So he's got to, now's not the time to hesitate. You're down 5 goals. You got a minute and 30. You've got to push like everything relies on it, because it absolutely does right now.
Yeah, they need to start scoring right now. This is not a moment where you're down 1 or 2 where you can kind of keep feeling it out, and then you hear that minute mark and you start focusing. You have 5 goals to go. This is similar to being down 2 with 10 seconds left. I mean, that's the rate that you have to score right now, and they are just not doing it. The Foxes are all over them. The Foxes want this reverse sweep so bad. They are hyped. They are feeling themselves. The Puffins are on their back foot. They're nervous. They're scared. They know what's happening to them right now. There's 51 seconds left. It's not that demo caliber. Glitix does a good job of getting it over Kai and getting another touch to get the possession in, but Caliber just waits and gets to clear out, and no one's there for Crux's pass, and that's going to be another goal for Kai. We got the Brazil coming out to celebrate the reverse sweep. Kai's dancing on the field. I think this reverse sweep, it's realized, it's happened, it's manifested itself, it's here. Accept it. With the Brazil, 35 seconds left. Foxes do it.
There's not much else you could say. We're going to do the due diligence. We're going to finish out the 35 seconds, but the Puffins, the Fox, great games from everybody here. We know how this one's going to end. Glitix, he's going up. He's having fun, but we might see an 8th, and there it is. I'm not sure if he was even trying to go for it or, just finishing up the last 30 seconds. But Kai is going to continue putting on the goals. He's going to continue padding those stats going into the playoffs.
Yeah, well, so for the Puffins' sake, assuming this is going to be a 3-2 loss for them, I don't think that's much of an assumption anymore. Let me find the stats real quick. For the Puffins' sake, they are going to be 26 and 24. That's a respectable scoreline for your games, but I mean, your Knights are 21 and 24 right now. Have y'all played this week yet?
Yeah, actually, we finished 3-2 yesterday and our 3s, and I am awaiting the results for the next one as of right now.
Okay, so for the 2s, we don't know about you guys quite yet, but we got the Hive, the Hurricanes in the chase, a few other teams looking in the hunt for that play-in spot. The Puffins, as of right now, their stats are going to keep them in the play-ins, but I mean, like we've been saying this whole time, the loser, no matter if it's 3-2, is not safe in the play-ins. They're in it right now. They have the chance. The Foxes just went from play-ins to securing division lead champions. So congratulations to the Foxes. Absolutely insane reverse sweep. I don't think we really addressed that. But the Puffins, still a chance, still could happen. But it's out of their hands now. They had it in their hands, and they let it go. And again, Kai, I didn't even realize this. 9 shots, 6 goals. 1,167 points coming out from Kai. Absolute stellar performance from Kai and the Foxes to reverse sweep to clinch division lead. What an insane series. What an insane night of MLE. Do you have any final thoughts on that series of the playoff race that you are a part of, Bearded?
I think you summed it up quite well. I'd like to thank you for joining me here tonight, or allowing me to join you here tonight. Thank everybody who came out to watch. Thank the teams who allowed us to cast them tonight. All the production staff here who assist us in making this happen. And we hope to see you in the playoffs.